Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What up, y'all? Give me a sec. All right, what's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? What's up, Aminah? Yes. All right. I am nervous. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? All this flying. My name is Shribad Lee, and you know it's crazy because I wanted to talk to Aminah for a while, and for those of you who don't know Aminah, you probably will. All right, soon enough. When I approached her about this, I was like, you know, the migrant crisis is something good to talk about. You know, they say you shouldn't talk about politics or whatever, but that's almost like propaganda because it's like we watch the news all day. What they talk about? Politics, crime, you know, things like this. So why we can't talk about it, why we can't understand it different and be a part of it. The craziest thing about it is once I had the courage to reach out and be like, yo, can we do this? She was like, yeah, when you want to do it? And I had the opportunity to do it yesterday, but something in me was like, nah, wait a day. Wait. Just wait until, you know, after 5 o'clock, after end of business day. And it's crazy, you know, that I waited because I woke up this morning, turned on the news, and bong, bong, bong. You know what I'm saying? It was like things going on with this migrant crisis. I was like, oh, see, it's a good thing I didn't do this last night. Most High with me. All right. So welcome to a New York City state of mind. You know, in hip hop, they talk about the New York state of mind. Billy Joel talks about the New York state of mind. But no, I'm going to talk about the New York City state of mind because this shit is ridiculous. Okay, let me put this link up so she could jump in. And I'm gonna let y'all know now, I did preparation, but you know, I'm not gonna consider this an interview or none of that. No. We're gonna have a conversation because you know, I don't know how to do this interview shit. I know how to be an idiot, all right, and a goofy. And you know, I like to learn things, you know what I'm saying? And there's always something behind the scene that you don't know, you may not understand. And of course, most times you come from your own perspective. And I have my own perspective. All right. Of course I do. So, whenever she ready to come up, that's fine. I got a little something. I got a couple of somethings. All right. I got a couple of somethings to discuss. Thank you. All right. I got a couple of, I might jump around a little bit. Okay. I'm not even sure if I should start with today. Well, I might as well start with today. Hello, Yisla. I hope I said your name right. Okay, peace. How you doing? How's everyone doing today? Welcome. All right. Once again, my name is Shri Badly. If you don't know, I'm just abroad. Okay, I'm just abroad with questions. So with questions, answers, insights, and maybe foolishness. All right. So we're gonna see. Now I think first I wanted to get to this first article here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's where I want to begin. And I'm gonna begin with what's going on today. All right, let's see here. Let's see this here. All right, we on it. Okay, let me jump like this. Okay, I'll be like, what the fuck? Is this working like this or nah? I'll be acting real old sometimes, y'all. Y'all leave me alone. Okay? What's up, Daquan? Now, Abbott visited New York City. He didn't take pity on his migrant surge. Hey, y'all, this is today. Okay? This happened today. And if y'all don't know who Governor Greg Abbott is, he is the governor of the state of Texas. All right? He is the governor of the state of Texas. Now, I love Texas and I love Texans. Okay? I ain't got no problem with y'all. Big up to all my peoples from Houston. Hey, G5, how you doing? Big up to all the peoples from Houston and Dallas that I'm cool. All them people there. You know what I'm saying? Big up to them. But right now, your governor, I shouldn't even blame your governor, man. Because a part of me, this is why I need Aminah up here, because it's like, who should I really blame? Should I blame this governor here? Should I blame Joe Biden? Should I lump them all in one? Say it's the fucking team amongst teams? What the hell going on? Okay? Now, the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of people in New York would say that this Governor Abbott here is the reason why New York is in a fucked up state. And not only New York, other cities too, apparently, but not like New York. Now, I must explain to you why. Okay, it is important for you to understand why New York has such a problem. Okay, because that's something people don't seem to remember all the time. New York City, not New York State. Okay? New York City. Oh, yeah, please like, share, subscribe, all that flyness. Thank you. New York City, not New York State, New York City has 8 million people in it. Okay? 8 million and change. All right? And New York City is about 300 square miles. Hey, Lurky, how you doing, boo? Okay, New York City is about 300 square miles. And if anybody has a converter, I would like for you to convert that to acres. For all you down south and out west folk who deal with acres and don't know a lick about square mileage. All right? Check the acres. I don't think it's even like 192 acres or something like this. Somebody will get it and let me know. Okay? It's not a lot of, even if it's a lot of acres for you, well, 192 acres is pretty big, Shri. Yeah, for you and about 10 other folk. Put 8 million people in there. What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. You see one of the problems here? Okay. Do you need to understand it again? I ain't trying to play victim here. I'm really not. I did not create this situation, right? I did not ask to be born here. And yes, I could have left, but I ain't leave yet. So that is now in the works, folks. All right. So yeah, we already got 8 million. And this is before the friends, the migrants came along. Okay, this is before the migrancy has come along. And 8 million people up in this small ass space, and now you want to influx at a fast rate about 200,000 more people. It ain't like we had the Burning Man out here, right? And they only, it's not like Taylor Swift came to Madison Square Garden. Y'all hear me? Right? And she had to have a mega concert at Madison Square Garden, fucking Central Park, and Lincoln Center. Okay? And she did, as simultaneously, all them people fit 200,000 motherfuckers in one little space like that, because them motherfuckers is going home, right? They don't live here, because it ain't but 20, maybe 2,000 motherfuckers from New York gonna see Taylor Swift wherever she need to be at, right? And then the rest of them is coming from wherever the fuck them come from, and then they go back to where the fuck them come from, right? But it ain't happen like that. It didn't do that here. Not with this migrant business. And, they blamed the homeboy, Governor Greg Abbott, because, a year or so ago, this governor has, and I can't say had, but he has, with an S, border issues, all right? A lot of border issues. He sure do. And apparently President Biden wasn't paying him no mind, okay? And he felt like, and I'm just going off of my shit. I'll get into this article in a second, but, I'm just giving y'all a story from my point of view because, I'm a dummy. So this man here, he wanted to prove a point, right? And he was like, no, these motherfuckers is not going to stay up in here, okay? We're going to figure out what the fuck to do. We're going to ship these motherfuckers around like the Israelites with Moses for 40 days and 40 nights. Y'all will travel up and down fucking America to figure out where the fuck you need to go. Okay? So, I don't know if it was 40 days or 40 nights, but it was a long ass time. All right? And they went over here and they went over there and somehow somebody found some motherfucking rule about the right to shelter, some ass shit. Hello there. That is now, I can't even be mad at that to a degree because I get to that in a second. I get to that in a moment. Yeah, back to this. So a lot of the people ended up coming here, okay, because of this right to shelter business. At first, our dingbat mayor, I'm gonna call him the dingbat. I'm still trying to determine if he's more of a dingbat than De Blasio, but hey, that I think he's up there real high. He's about to surpass. So at first he was like, "Yeah, we gonna get the money, okay? Let's bring them in, okay?" What Governor Abbott sent about 18,000 at first, and Adam said, "Oh, I'm gonna give me some federal money off of 18,000. We can have 18,000 here because we're gonna equate that to 144." Okay. Hey, Big Cupcake. Hey, Nisa. All right. So like the video, share, subscribe. So yeah. So he was like, he was rubbing his hands like motherfucking Birdman and Stevie J about to eat Jocelyn like a fucking canary. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this money right here. But then he had to stop rubbing the hands because he was like, where the money? The money was. The money are all. All right. Y'all seem to forget. Even though New York's minimum wage is now $15 going on $17, what the federal is. Okay? It ain't that. It's something different. So they gonna do different. Where the money, Biden? Biden's like, falling down the steps, scratching his skin mask, all that fly shit, right? He twiddling thumbs. So now Adams is like, wait a minute, this is more than 18,000. Where all these people coming from? Where the fuck you think they came from? Okay? Where the fuck you think they came from, Mayor Adams? I really didn't think that you thought this all the way through, right? He really didn't think this all the way. Hey, Godmama. He really didn't think this all the way the fuck through, because then he was like, hey, new governor, can you help me, please? Please, can you help me? Like the bitch from Fifth Element when she fell into the cab. Help. And unlike Bruce Willis, this governor here, our governor said, I'm gonna act like Bruce Willis with the with the dementia. I don't know who you are. Who the fuck is you? What you want me to do? You want me to give you some money? Oh no, you got to get that from cheap old Joe. And you want me to do what? Listen, sir, the right to shelter is only for New York City. It is not for New York State. I am not fucking with you, sir. So now you got 8 million motherfuckers mad at your ass, Mr. Adams. And let me change that. You got 7,500,000 mad at your ass, sir, because you got the bleeding hearts out there. Like, let's help the migrant folks. We really need to help the people. Okay, we love human beings, and I should be that way too. Okay, hey Tanya, let me not sit here and act like I shouldn't be human and shit, because I am, because we're gonna get into that in a moment too. That's why, partially why I need Aminah up here to help bitch out. Okay, but back to this shit right here. So now 7,500,000 roughly is mad at this fool, and they mad at this bitch too. Okay? For those of you who don't know, New York City runs New York State. If there was no New York City, New York State wouldn't be shit. Okay? That shit'll be like Idaho. I don't care what you say. People from Albany, Buffalo, Rochester, well, big up to you, but real talk. If it wasn't for us over here, y'all wouldn't be shit. Okay? Y'all want to, it would not exist. Okay? No one would care about New York. For real. Maybe I'm fucked up because I'm from Brooklyn or whatever, and I shouldn't talk like that. And if I offend any upstate New Yorkers, I'm very sorry, but no, I'm not sorry today, motherfucker. I'm not. Because your governor is acting like a fucking dipshit, okay? I want to say a whole bunch of other words. I got the words. I got the New York City words for the motherfucker, but I'm trying to be nice. Okay? So now she feeling the fire. He feeling the fire. All of a sudden, they want to make certain changes. We're going to get to that. Okay? Biden came up in here. Ain't nobody give a hot damn. Okay? All right? Biden came here. They ain't talked to him. He ain't talked to them. Hey, Hood Therapy. But now he want to make a change. Hey, Black Dust. Hey, Tanya, fine. Say what's up to y'all. Right? Now, today, this motherfucker Abbott is here. Right? He here today. Did he talk to somebody? All right? Did he talk to somebody? Oh, we going to find out. Okay? we going to find out if he talked to somebody. Let's get to this thing right here. Hold the phone. Okay? Hold your phone, because, I'm on my computer. All right, so y'all hold y'all shit. Y'all know I'm new to this. Okay, I'm very new to all of this flyness. So forgive me if I ain't no DJ and none of that. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this. I know y'all can read. Hopefully, zoom in on the thing. I hope y'all can see. Okay, and I'm gonna get to the good parts. All right. Now, he spoke Wednesday in Manhattan, where leaders have blasted his continued efforts. So he ain't stopped, I guess, to ship migrants to southern border to blue states, New York City. Okay, Yang.
Hi, Mama.
Hey, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Peace. How
Okay. You could cut me off at any time.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm picking. You run the show. I'm a guest and I'm honored. How you doing?
Okay, hey.
Okay, I just want to say this one thing. Peace to everybody in the chat. Hello. I appreciate you for even, you know what I'm saying, reaching out or speaking about just having this conversation. Because for me, it's about having a.
Hello? You there, Aminah? Hello? I hope my Wi-Fi ain't go out, Tron. Tron, don't be fucking up my shit. Okay, my shit seems good. Aminah, you there? Okay, we can't hear. Yes, that is Aminah. Hello, everybody. Hey, Raquel. All right, I hope she come back soon because she's still here. Her mic is on. If y'all can hear her, y'all let me know because I can't right now. She might have had to take a call. Welcome to all the new people coming into the room. Yeah, she went on mute, so she probably had to take a call. She'll probably be right back. Okay, I can't wait to hear what she got to say because, you know, this is for me, this is crazy on too many levels. Okay, she's back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I was talking, running my mouth, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I'm on mute or something going on with my connection. Because it's still bad weather, but I apologize for that.
It's okay.
But what I was saying was having this conversation. I'm on it. First of all, peace to everybody in the chat. How y'all doing? And to the lovely host. It's cool and refreshing. You know what I'm saying? Your vibe is everything. And now I know why. You're a New Yorker and you're a Capricorn and you're a female. So, and I like to have conversations. There's going to be things that you're going to hear that you might not have heard. It might be things you're going to say to me that I haven't heard. You know what I'm saying? Because you in New York, I'm not anymore. But Politico, for the record, Politico, their news publication is I think 60 or 65% of that company is owned by the Clintons. The Clintons have a stock in that and Newsmax. Listen, it's so much information and intel out here. It's a lot of misinformation too, but misinformation is necessary. Disinformation, fake news. And regarding what's going on in New York, I'm so glad that you're a female and you tapped in spiritually. I see it, and you tapped in what's going on. So, regarding this situation, I'm gonna let you read the article, and we're gonna laugh at it when you finish reading it. When I tell you.
Yeah, because I was kind of laughing as I went through it. You know, I just picked articles out of the hat, and I was like, I don't want Yahoo News. I don't want this one. Let me pick something different.
Mainstream media, they all reading off the same script, all of them. The civilians or us as civilians. I'm not a citizen. Civilian, read the news now because with everything that is out here that is declassified information that has been declassified and everything coming out of reporting, nobody watches TV anymore. The news been lying.
Facts.
You have two separate realities. It may make no sense, or don't try to clown it if you don't understand it. That's the one thing I got a problem with. If you don't understand something, don't jump nigga. That's you, Shree. I'm just saying generally. People be like, they quick to label something crazy because they don't get it yet. You understand?
Yes, I do.
But you're talking about Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott, let's talk about Texas. I'm a New Yorker, but let's talk about Texas, okay? Texas is the only state considered a state of the union that is its own entity on paper. It's its own. All of our states, this continent of North America is comprised of Canada, United States, and Mexico. You have a continent, the United States of America with the border, United States, the Constitutional Republic of the United States. That's what we are again. Each of these states are technically countries. They call the United States, right, or North America a continent, right? Africa is a continent comprised of countries. So what makes it this continent different from that? A continent is a landmass with borders of countries. Each of these states in this country are their own countries. They have their own constitution. The governors are running everything. Governor Abbott is no joke. He's a good governor, if you know what's really going on. Now, the reason why them migrants were sent where they were sent is because at that border, that wall, they tried to stop everything from that wall. That wall was built to keep, not to keep us in, but to keep the coyotes, what they call them, out. Out. Now, you got Joe Biden skin mask, because that ain't Joe Biden, and Kamala headboard. They supposedly stop believing what they say just because you see really think that it's got a news publication title to it. Eric Adams let the migrants come up there for the bread. Now he crying about it in the car. And people.
So is he crying because he didn't get enough bread or he didn't get no bread?
He crying because he ain't get no bread. You right. These governors and mayors, the governors run a state and the mayors run a city. We was talking about this in your chat yesterday. Listen, I love going into chats where it's small and people be really talking about something. In New York State, like you said, it's a New York City state of mind. We part of New York State, but it's a New York City state of mind. The governor is executor of the state. The mayor is of New York City. Mayors of these different cities, not just New York City. Mm-hmm. Ed Koch told Mario Cuomo, take your ass back upstate. This is my city. Because it's two totally different. You understand what I'm saying? You hit the city level, then you go through to the state. With jail too. Niggas go to jail on Rikers Island, and what they get shipped up north. So, these governors, they be talking a lot and heavy. But Eric Adams is what we call deep state. And I'm trying to talk. I don't know if you monetize. I don't even want,
Well, I am monetized, but I'm not monetized enough. And before you go any further, can you can you explain who you are? Because there's certain people from my side that don't know who you are. They're like, okay. My voice is familiar.
Right. My voice definitely is familiar, chap. But salute to, because I know that you are familiarized with you, and it's not the Mo 3, it's the beef sector, right? Or the black sector.
The black sector.
Oh, the dark side of black sector?
No, the regular. Listen, I came from the nature boy sector, and then we became the tea sippers with the black sector, and now I feel like I'm black sector now. I still check out little nature boy things here and there, but
it'd be a lot of people from beef sector that though, ain't that right?
Yes, it's a good amount of people from. I be in the beef sector thing too, just listening to them.
I'm not too familiar with the beef sector, but it's a few channels I go to in the beef sector. Yeah, but I'm no sector. My name is Aminah. I am a civilian. I'm a mother of civilization, but I'm a civilian on the internet. I'm a civilian journalist. That's what it is. You don't need a degree to be a journalist. Journalism or reporting is about just responsible. You might have to interview somebody that you don't like because you need that other perspective. It's 9 different ways to see one thing, or even more than that. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's about bringing a better perspective. So you bringing a better perspective, and that's what I love about interacting with different people. So yeah, but it's like that movie They Live. Remember that movie They Live?
Oh yeah.
If you saw that, then I love you. If you saw that, and
I saw it.
All right, well,
over and over and over again.
And we are living that right now.
Where my glasses at?
Right, because everybody looked like turkey bacon in the movie when they put the glasses on. Right, the people that look like turkey bacon in that. Yeah, I love turkey bacon. Anyway, it's 2 different realities. It's about what it is that you seeing and taking discernment. Discernment.
Okay. Yes.
Now
discernment.
With everything coming out, your discernment gotta be on crack. Even shit that you witnessing with your 2 eyes, the lenses that you have, you may not be seeing what you think you're seeing. And this is what's going on out here. But regarding New York City, and me being a native New Yorker, born and raised in New York, I never thought that I would exist to see the day. Because here's the thing, New York was Gotham for me when I was a little kid. I'm such a nerd when it comes. I'm a Batman. I'm a DC comic nerd.
I'm a Marvel nerd, X-Men.
Well, see, listen, hold on. I used to, as a child, I have a collection of Marvel and DC, but wait till I show you the Marvel and DC comics I got laminated and just chilling. You're going to be like, this lady.
I got listen, we got to talk that later, because I got 1,000 in my joint right now. Like,
But, living to see that, before you speak, before we have to speak about what's going on globally or domestically, you got to go back. You got to know why this shit is happening. This is what my reporting is all about. Nothing's going to stop that because our quality of lives have been violated. And these children, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yes.
But just regarding what's going on in New York, Governor Abbott, he called they bluff. He didn't just send the migrants there. Eric Adams, Andrew Cuomo, who is no longer with us, dearly departed. Okay. All of them, all up on all these deep state cities. When I say deep state, I'm talking about an alignment with the shadow government that's been being ran underground the whole goddamn time. These are, you may have a state that's a Republican state, but then a city or the major city, in that state is a deep state. It's Democratic and it's deep state. New York City is deep state. It always has been. Always has been. So you're dealing with a transfer of not of power, but the power given back to the people. This is a republic restored. Governor Abbott, he shipped the migrants because he called they bluff. They was crying for public opinion. Adams, what's the governor of Jersey, him, Connecticut, all up and down the East Coast. They was crying, saying, let them come here to try to make it good for public opinion.
They try to look good.
Right. And now, you know what I'm saying? Now you crying about it. You took the check and now you crying about it. But meanwhile, people need to stop blaming migrants for what's going on in New York City. New York City had mad problems before the migrants.
Oh man, listen. That's one of my issues right there. And that's also one of the things that gets at my heart. Because like I've said before, like people in my, that come check me, they know that I'm Caribbean American. You know what I'm saying? I'm first generation.
Right.
My parents came from Caribbean islands, right? And they came here on a plane. You know what I mean? And they were considered immigrants.
Right.
Well, to me, what's the difference between an immigrant and a migrant?
Let's talk, sis. That's what I was.
What's the real difference? You know what I'm saying? So naturally, I should be like, oh, let them come. No. But I still have this part of me like, yo, why? Come on, man. We got enough shit going on. We got enough motherfucking problems going on. I don't need all this shit.
Don't blame it on the migrants. But let me ask you a question. Right? We're gonna piggyback. Let me ask you a question. New York City, being a native New York City is the melting pot. That's the crossroads of the world.
Always
so why
has been.
Is every ethnicity in niggerdom in New York City?
That's right.
Down to the roaches, child. Okay. Water bugs, different water bugs down here, child. Right. So now all of a sudden you throw a label on migrants. Why? Why are you calling them migrants? What's the definition of a migrant? See, and that's the problem. You asked the perfect question. What's the difference between an immigrant and a migrant? But then let me ask you this question, sis. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me ask you the question. Now, the U.S.-Mexican border over in Texas is where they say they ship them from, right? That part. Now, in New York City, and I got family and everybody, my home base, that's home base. I'm the only one that's skedaddle, me and Bestie, other Bestie. Now, I speak to them in New York every day. They like, yo, why the migrants supposedly came from the Mexican border, but they showing these visuals of Africans. How they get there? That part. You had African migrants at the Mexico border. Where they come from and how they get there. They do show some Spanish migrants, but all the visuals I see that they send me is a collective of Africans. But meanwhile, they got them posted up. They got them put up in hotels. And then during the day, they just wandering around in the streets. God the earth said. Okay,
well, you know what? I'll pause you on that. I might as well show you this other article. We come back to this later because also today, hold this phone. Let me get to this thing here so I can get to this other motherfucking shit. Okay, I'm stop sharing this one here, and we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna this right here.
Governor Abbott called they bluff. Governor Abbott said, "Oh, they was all on TV parading around. Oh, we'll welcome the migrants. This is the the light and the opportunity and all that carrying on, and now they there and they crying, they having a panic attack, anxiety attack. But Mayor Eric Adams, he a NYPD whistleblower. He a plaintiff. Where my niece at? He a plaintiff. Eric Adams. And then for me, the confirmation was when he made that. We can get into the Blasio says, child.
Well, people.
Eric Adams took
all of a sudden today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of a sudden today, now they want to relocate the homeless and the lower income people to upstate New York.
Let me tell you something. They try to turn it into something that but this is optically what they showing you. None of this is happening. None of this is happening optically. Niggas is hip to fake news on TV. Niggas don't watch TV no more unless it's streaming or shit like that. But New York one. Remember they had news on the 10s every 10 minutes. It's post traumatic stress. They shove it in people's face every 10 minutes. But they took fake niggas is hip to that. Niggas don't watch TV no more unless they watching a movie or something like that. They don't watch news. They know it's fake. They took fake news and just put it on the internet because everybody got phone stuck in face. You know what I'm saying?
Child, when I saw this, some people still turn on the news in the morning to get ready to work. You know what I'm saying? And
you gotta turn it off and go out and you know what I'm saying? Like you be out in the field, your foot's on the ground when you be going live, doing your positive stuff. I love it. And you get to witness that. Yo.
Here's my problem, Aminah. Why they didn't try this 50, 60, 100 fucking years ago? We been had the 8 million people in New York, include the homeless.
Child, it's 30 million. It's 30 million people in New York, child. They lying about them numbers. It's 30 million people in New York City. And including Long Island. Child.
And here's my other thing. These homeless people have not only lived on New York streets, they've also lived in subways, dilapidated shelters. How many of these people know how to drive? Because upstate New York, that's all you're doing is driving.
Here's the thing. You got a lot of these homeless people that's on the streets in New York, or I'm going to say the last maybe 15 years, 20, 30 years. Them homeless people that they are veterans. They some type of ex-military. And I've spoken to a few of them. Gave one a type how to go get Section 8, a Marine on a 3 train when I was living in New York. And he had his camouflage on with his U.S. Marine patch, his name, last name. He had a cane and he was begging for change. But he smelled good. And I was like, sir, you ex-military? Were you honorable discharge, medical, whatever? He sat down and broke it down to me. I wrote my name down. I said, yo, go up to the Section 8, the VA hospital in the Bronx with your papers saying that you was, discharged with, medical and all of that, and go get you a Section 8 voucher. 2 months later, I seen them when I was coming home from work, because I worked 911 and 311 when I lived in New York. Before I became working with the sheriffs for evictions. I seen the same man on a train. He wasn't begging this time. He was sitting down. He still had the same cane on. And he kept looking at me. He said, you look familiar. And I smiled because I remember his face. I said, thank you for your service. And he said, oh my God. He came and sat down. He's like, I did what you said. He said he got his Section 8 voucher, 100% voucher in 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks. So, New York City and New York State. These are veterans that said that I live on the street before I go into a vet hospital or shelter.
See, why they scared? And I know plenty of folk like that.
Why they scared to go up in there?
Because it's horrible.
Right? People ask the wrong. People worried about the wrong sugar honey iced tea. Now I'm gonna give you some news about Andrew Cuomo, the Cuomo family. They was real La Cosa Nostra. That part, but. Mario Cuomo was a puppet for the elite. I'm not going to say the I word. I'm not the elite. That's what we say, the elite, or the people in. And both his sons too. Now, let me finish airing Eric Adams out. He went on a press conference and said that he's going to take his first paycheck in Bitcoin. We all know about that. Now, I said, Letitia James, remember that hoe? Letitia James?
Yeah.
She ain't do nothing for NYers out here looking like a cheeseburger. She ain't do nothing for NYers. How did she get bumped up? She had NYers at its lowest. Remember all them rats, sis, and everybody with these rats was over.
Oh, yeah.
And the remember when it was like the outward bidding, or it was the airing out about the $1 billion contract that Con Ed got with NYers, and they was talking about they ain't gonna renew it. Remember that? You know, I know it all, sis. Okay. Letitia James was behind all of that. And it's like, and that's when they said they were gonna start charging. They started charging niggas for their lights and the jets and for air conditioning and all that because of that Con Ed contract.
They trying to charge motherfuckers for the extra room. Like if you got a 3-bedroom, they're gonna charge you an extra $30-$40 for each room.
Right. Well, I was a Section 8 processor. Then I got bumped up to doing evictions with the sheriffs, and you supposed to downside if your household, gets lessons, you supposed to upgrade, update your voucher. Because NYers got their own Section 8. It's separate from IRP and HPD Section 8 in New York.
Oh, wait, my bad. I'm talking about the Mitchell Llamas. Don't the Mitchell Llamas exist? Yeah, the Mitchell Llamas. Is that a part of Section 8 too?
It is. You're right.
Oh, okay.
The Mitchell Llamas, like, what's up with let's talk, sis. I love this. Child. But Letitia James was bumped up from NYers. Now you the Attorney General in New York State. Let me look at the knees, ma. That part. Okay. Now she came out with the press conference in 2021 about Andrew Cuomo, and that's that Chester molester, sexual harass, whatever it was with him, that he was fired or stepping down, and that he would be charged with what was it? Groping, whatever it was, sexual harassment. Some assault, sexual kind of thing. Assault, right. Sexual kind, whatever, right. But that was the throw off. He did that.
Definite throw off. Definitely.
That was a throw off. He did do that. Okay, it's the same dude that at the press conference with the shirt on, you can see the nipple piercings in his shirt at the press conference. And that's why the white hat's dragging him. But that was just to put it out in the public eye because it was all lined up. I went live. The military, not secretly anymore, the military is coming behind these non-prosecutions, these dropping of charges against these puppets, and the military coming back and booking them and taking them straight to Gitmo for the tribunal. Andrew Cuomo in New York, I have the email that he sent out to all the nursing homes and told them that if they don't put COVID as a reason of death, or put that everybody up in these nursing homes got COVID, that they were snatching funding statewide. That part. Yep. Now, wait. No.
Okay, but hold on. I mean, my thing is, why they couldn't get him on that instead of getting him on this false, filling up somebody's booty?
They did get him on that. That's an exposure. What you see now when you see charges dropped by these courts, they are exposing optically that these courts been bought and paid for. These courts, there's no escaping a military tribunal. Why are these civilians that have no military experience or history getting taken to Gitmo and charged in a military tribunal with crimes against humanity? Andrew Cuomo took all them people that was in these nursing homes statewide and packed these elders out of hospice when they was dying but comfortable, and these elderly people in these nursing homes that was sick, right? Took them out of their place of rest and comfortability, packed them up in 18-wheelers citywide and statewide, but in New York City, had the drivers drive them around till they died, scooped the organs out, and then dumped them in a mass pit. I got the receipts. Same thing. Back in March of 2020, Eric Adams is a puppet. Remember that fire they had in 2021 in January, right after Christmas in the Bronx? That tenement where all them children died and the baby fathers was crying and screaming.
Definitely remember that, yes.
That tenement, Eric Adams did a press conference. The nigga standing next to him, and it's on YouTube. The nigga that's standing next to him is the owner of the tenement.
Oh, hell no.
That part.
Hell no.
That part.
Oh, hell no.
Okay. He mixed up. He a former NYPD, he a affidavit signer. He a snitch. But more importantly, the Bitcoin shit for me. Now, he welcomed these migrants trying to clout chase. You know, because New York is the mecca of everything in the world.
Mm-hmm. We
Bring
can
him on
handle
here.
it.
He was like, we're going to show him some New York hospitality and all that. Get the fuck out of here. The reason why he crying, this is another tell right here. The reason why he crying in the car about it, because he got no control. He can't say nothing. He can't.
Right.
It's showing that you're not in control of your own city. Alvin Bragg, that fat motherfucker, excuse me, that fat nigga. Now, the people, the elite, have tried to kill Trump so many times. They try to lock him up on taxes, nothing. On that groping, Trump turned around and sued Stormy Daniels and won, and Matt Cohen and won. Everybody he sues, pay attention to that. Because if you are national and you sovereign, you don't go to court. You sue niggas and you make them pay you to go to court. As a national, the shit's different when you're a national. That's who we are. Me and you born in New York, we are New Yorkans. If you're born in Virginia, you're a Virginian. If you're born in California, you're a Californian under the Republic. But Eric Adams, now Mayor de Blasio, he's another deep state puppet. That nigga, okay? His real name is Warren Willem Jr. He a Jew, he's Jewish. No, I don't got no problem with Jewish people. But I know about y'all.
Child, right now they got pictures of Warren slobbing on some broad up the block. Who knows?
Wait, let me tell you. Listen, I stay with a receipt. Now, de Blasio was down in Nicaragua in the 80s. Remember all that Nicaragua Contra shit with the Sandinistas, the communists? He a proud communist. All of these politicians, these Democrats, they are the Zionists or they communists, yo. They communists. Hence why they in bed with China like that. Now, Warren Willem Jr., Bill de Blasio, he ain't Italian, he's Jewish. And he proudly said that he was a communist in an interview that they try to scrub, but I had it. But he married the woman of color, right? And his daughter. I got pictures of this daughter satanic, yo, and you see the change. You see when she was a little girl, you see her now, she was on the D train showing her coochie.
Oh, wow.
Pussy on the D train with an upside down cross around
her
neck.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't see the satanic part, but I heard she was acting out. One of them was acting out and got in trouble.
She was showing her pussy on the D train in New York, and in the picture I got, she got an upside down cross on her neck.
Oh, hell no.
Meanwhile, on New Year's Eve, going from 2020 to 2021, the picture around the world, Mayor de Blasio and his wife, New Year's Eve down in Times Square, when everybody had the mask on. Meanwhile, his wife had on a real little ass mask, and he had on a real big one. They switched masks. The mask he had on, though, had all them pedophile swirls on it. All them pedophile symbols on that mask, child.
Oh, no.
Then there's a picture of de Blasio, Bill Clinton, and his wife, and Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton holding de Blasio daughter with his hand on the butt of the baby. Why are you holding that child like that? I popped them all, child.
Oh, you know what? Real quick sidebar. For those of you who don't know, when it came to this man Epstein, right? There was a lady in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think she was the district attorney or one of that.
No, she was a congresswoman.
And she got fired for that motherfucker.
No,
and then all of a sudden, Chase want to give up the money.
No, you talking about the plaintiff and one of Jeffrey Epstein's accusers, or you talking about that Congress lady from the Virgin Islands?
The Congress lady from the Virgin Islands that wanted to sue Chase, and they fought her ass, and she got fired. And now all of a sudden, Chase want to give up $75 million.
They're giving up they're giving up $270 million to the Epstein survivors. $270 million.
See?
But listen, the first madam or the first lady of the Virgin Islands, she was in cahoots with Jeffrey Epstein. They popped up. They indicting her. Yes, I've been popped that like about a month ago. Yeah, she's involved with Jeffrey Epstein, just like that lady, that other Senator Plaskett.
Maxwell.
Senator Plaskett, that bitch that sent her titties to Jeffrey Epstein in an email. I got that receipt. She sent an email with a picture of her titties and her child in the background. Who was an attorney? Oh, the lady that Street talking about, right?
Yeah. I think she was like the attorney general or some kind of thing.
Right, because Empress Judah, they in the Virgin Islands, they in St. Bart's.
Yeah. Yeah, Empress Judah. I heard about that, and I said, how they want to fire the lady and all of that because she want to get Chase, and now all of a sudden Chase want to give up. When how that lady could get her damn job back? What kind of shit is this?
I be wanting when I be reporting and just building. I be wanting people to understand that you have to have yourself privy in everything. That way, and make yourself by experience on what's going on. Have an open mind first and foremost. You don't have an open mind, you ain't gonna never see. You're not gonna see or know anything. You know what I'm saying? It's about making yourself in the know because the way shit going on out here, you have to, and I've seen you say it so many times, you keep vibrating high, but you gotta go so hard to where you turn your eyes that are lenses into turn your sight into vision. Turn your sight into vision and see what's really going on out here. New York City, it was always the Mecca and the crossroads of finance regarding 9/11 and that inside job. But just the crossroads of finance, the crossroads of culture and people's a melting pot. Now y'all got a problem with migrants that y'all asked for. Cut it out. Cut it out, bro.
See, here's the problem. New Yorkers, did they really ask for this shit?
No, but see that's what it is. We haven't asked for any of this going back to the beginning of niggerdom. Okay. We haven't asked for any of this. We starting to come into the veils being lifted of what has been going on. It's been an intricate plot in the gambling spot, sis. Okay.
And my thing is, I'm sure Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, man, been complaining about this motherfucker, but it takes Staten Island to get them to be like, okay, maybe so.
But no, fuck Staten Island. I love Staten Island. I got family, my auntie Kim, my uncle Capadonna. That's my
I got family out there.
I got family in on Vanderbilt and Park Hill. But Staten Island, technically, period, is not New York City. It's New Jersey.
And when you told me that, I was like, yo, now I understand why they want to secede from New York. They don't want to be a part of New York no goddamn more.
Staten Island is part of New Jersey. It's not connected to New York in any way. The Verrazano Bridge is the only connection or the water.
It sure is.
But it's Jersey. They own all that right there. When you come out the off the Verrazano Bridge, you in Jersey. That Staten Island. When you come out the Verrazano Bridge and say Staten Island, but you in motherfucking Jersey. Mm-hmm. You don't cross no bridge to get into Jersey.
No. Nope.
Once you in Staten Island, that's part of Jersey. Just like Brooklyn and Queens is part of Long Island.
Oh shit.
Queens is Long Island. Queens and Brooklyn.
Yeah, Queens and Long Island is definitely connected.
Brooklyn is too because Brooklyn and Queens are connected. When you get off the Verrazano, when you want a belt, you taking the belt, you driving down the belt. Coney Island, passing Coney Island, passing Sheepshead Bay, passing Kings Highway. Right. That's still Brooklyn. And then what happens when you get past Pennsylvania and Cross Bay? You in Queens. It's all part of Long Island.
That's a fact. And then you got the Brooklyn side and the Queens side of Ridgewood, and that's only like you know what I'm saying? You got the road right there. What's that, Myrtle or whatever? And
Myrtle and Broadway.
One side is Brooklyn.
Right, one side Brooklyn, one side Queens.
Shit like that. You gotta love shit like that.
But
then that goes to gentrification. How they be trying to listen. You know what, sis? This is why I'm mad.
Go ahead, baby, talk. I got time.
Like, this migrant crisis, like, okay, like I mean, like the people, like for those of you who are just coming through, you just meeting with me or whatever. I'm the type of person that when I talk my talk, no matter what it's about, I try to go a little bit deeper than what the fuck is on the surface. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I realized, no, I shouldn't be mad at the migrant people. They don't have nothing to do with it. They just come in here like everybody else. They the one that got to sleep on the floor. I ain't got to sleep on the floor.
No, they don't, sis. They don't sleep on the floor. See, here's the thing. They got them put up in these hotels. When you see them on the street, they just out wandering around. At night, they go in a hotel.
See?
The people you see sleeping on the street, they've been on the street. They just found an encampment of people to be around. 125th and Lexington, Skid Row. They call it Skid Row in New York up there. All them dolphins up there. You know what I'm saying? It's, for me, I'm looking deep outside of the box, sis. And I'm like, yo, to be honest, I think they hired them people and brought them in. I think they hired them and brought them in.
Shit.
But that's
And
just
you
a
know,
better
in this day and age, I wouldn't be surprised at nothing
that
because
part.
it's like the fuck, you ain't do nothing. You ain't do nothing about the homeless, the low income, all these different type of people already. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody from Idaho could come here with AIDS, they get housing immediately. You know what I'm saying? And it be some good ass housing. The migrant can come here, they can stay in the you know the fucking, what's the name of that hotel? The fucking fresh ass hotel. They can stay
The
wherever the fuck.
plaza.
Yeah, with the
The
plaza or
Waldorf
whatever.
Astoria. Mm-hmm.
Right, and you got some, and you got Waldorf Astoria, all that fuckery shit, and you got people sitting here in the street, families, yo.
I'm gonna
And
break it
you
down to you,
fortunate
Sim.
the way they live is fucked up, yo.
Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna say something very deep here, and I don't want to infringe on your channel because I love you.
It's all good.
The reason why immigrants or my immigrants, I say immigrants, people that come from another country here. Donald Trump said, I don't care who come here. Go about the process the right way. People come and they get a temporary visa and then they disappear and they be out here carrying on. MS-13 was brought into this country by Hillary Clinton and under the radar. None of them niggas had papers to come here. They brought them under the radar and let them loose. Who packed them up and sent them back? Trump. Now, they let these immigrants come and they get them on, they give them this, the food stamps and all that. But more importantly, they get them to start the process to get them on contract with the corporation. They don't have birth certificates, but that social security card they get is a bond. If they get a driver's license with a visa, that's a bond. They are entering into contracts with the U.S. That's what they want. The corporation want that. They want that. They don't have a birth certificate. They can't get the big money from the birth certificate, but they getting money from the social. That's a bond. The driver's license, they're high-level bonds worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. So, yeah, it's deep. The United States, before Donald Trump, was United States Inc. 1871 is when the corporation started, hence when your birth certificates and social started coming. Before that, you might have had a record of birth, a record of live birth, or just pictures with your family ancestors and things like that. Being a citizen means you a worker of this corporation. New York City it has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. There's two races. You either original or non-original. Your ethnicity is under the bracket of melanated. Under non-original, you have no ethnicity because you ain't cultured. It is what it is. But New York City it has nothing to do with race or even none of that. It's about money. That's it.
Facts.
It's about money. People coming to, if somebody say they moving to New York and they not crazy, they moving to New York because these people coming into New York City now, sis, you know that. They coming in with 7-figure jobs, 6 and 7-figure jobs. That New York City lottery housing connect. They let them people with 6 and 7 figures enter the lottery. How? If you got $7 million, pay $7 million for an apartment.
And I can't even enter the lottery because I make $2 over what the limit is.
Right. But then if they make 6 figures and they have the opportunity to pay $1,500 or even $900 for a 2-bedroom, get the fuck out of here.
It's a fact, but the median price for a studio in Manhattan is between $2,000 and $4,000.
I heard. When I left New York in 2019, when I was teaching in Astoria, and I was teaching at 2 schools in Astoria and in Underhill, Brooklyn, over there, over by High Atlantic. You know what I'm talking about? Was teaching there, and over there, those are money areas. Astoria is everybody got a condo or loft down there in Long Island City by the Queensboro Bridge. Studio was $2,100 down there for a studio. And a whole bunch of people were coming into New York, and then there wasn't nowhere. They weren't looking for anything outside. They were looking for that particular area, Astoria, Long Island City, right there by the Queensboro Bridge, by the train and the bridge right there. It's all about money. I just posted on my page, sis. In New York City, on Park Avenue and 60th Street, they got a toll in the middle of the street, girl.
The congestion pricing.
What?
Where I gotta get back on my bicycle to travel to Manhattan, to fuck a subway and fuck the a cab or whatever, all this stupid shit.
There was rumors that that must have been the toll they was talking about. They said they was putting a toll on the Queensboro Bridge, and I'm like,
Yes,
that's
all
the
of that,
cheat code. The Queensboro
all of
Bridge
that.
is the cheat code riding around, in New York, free.
On top of the $10 you gotta pay to cross any toll, except for Verrazano, which is probably like $20 now.
It's
$50.
$30. It's $30.
See, these nuts, these
Right.
fucking nuts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck is y'all doing? Like, where's all these people getting this money from? And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's not more rich people out here than poor fucking people.
That part.
And what's, it really bothers me. Like, okay, this lady, she don't want the migrants, but she's ready to take homeless and low income folk. How you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Vet the motherfucking homeless and vet the goddamn.
Because they're getting large stipends for housing these people, yo. I heard that they was gonna be trying to knock on people's door, or making calls to people to say if you got an extra bedroom to rent it out to the migrants.
No, I ain't renting out shit. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. Because if Mayor Adams ain't getting his motherfucking money, how am I get mine? The fuck out of here. No, I don't trust you. I don't trust them. Fuck you. Let me struggle right here where the fuck I'm is.
Right.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Migrant and Mrs. Migrant, but I guarantee you, even if somebody from my parents' country, my fucking family come here, they are, and tell me, oh, can I stay by your crib? I'll be like, you can stay for a week, because if you stay longer than that, we gonna have to go to court and I'll beat your ass before I go to motherfucking court. You gonna get the fuck out of my crib. Oh,
it's all about the corporation trying to survive this bankrupt. They can't survive because with the corporation being defunct and the republic being restored, for these people, these politicians, these celebrities, these rappers, these athletes, they all the fuck involved.
It's all crazy shit.
And it's no turning back. It's what all roads lead to Guantanamo Bay or Camp Blas in Guam, Greenland. They reopening up these prisons. Federal jails is expanding now in this country. Why are they expanding the country? They got a whole lot of inmates or detainees they got to handle. Shit is wicked out here, but if you on the right side of it, it's a wonderful time to be alive, in my opinion. See, it's so much to look forward to. But I tell people in New York, it ain't got nothing to do with your color. It's about bread. You need bread. I heard they building shit in every little crevice like the game of Tetris, yo. What's up with that?
And don't get me wrong, y'all. There's still racism out here. It's not. It's not exactly like down south where clan members is chasing your ass, all kind of things like this. We still got it here, but you really understand the systematic type of racism that's the fuck out here. If you black, you getting it worse. If you elderly, you get it fucking worse.
But see,
and they don't give a fuck what your complexion is when you fucking elderly. Try to get on an accessoride with an elderly person. Listen, I'm gonna shut up.
No, go ahead, Bill. People don't, the elder. Okay, when you're talking about a corporation, this country from 1871 to 2016 was a corporation, a business, big business. A corporation or company's goal is to just generate revenue. Everybody and everything is expendable. They don't care. My thing is this. Quality of life has been restored. It all makes sense when you take a minute and step back. Yo, I was deemed born and dead the same day from this corporation. They monetized my life force and told me I had as a baby to do. They told us how we got to develop. Huh? At 5 years old, we want you in school. Learning what? Nah, they teaching you, grooming you to be a worker for a business. They give you, they attach
to be a boss all the time.
Your parents signed you over. They bonded that Social Security card when they signed it to that birth certificate contract. If you take your motherfucking Social Security card, especially if it's your original, and you zoom in on it with a magnifying glass, you see it's a whole bunch of words on it. It's a hidden contract. When your parents sign that Social Security card, they are signing you over to the water of the state that you or city you was born in. Everybody. Hence why CPS be knocking at the door. They want their property. They coming for your children. That's why when these hoes be on this app carrying on, you have no idea what you're doing when you call CPS wrongfully on somebody. Falsely. Right. New York City. It's and salute to y'all still there thriving. You're still there. And I always say that. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. With all this shit going on, our families and our peoples, my people, all y'all still up there striving. But no, 2,100 for a hallway, niggas. They renting out closets, charging money for that.
What?
In New York, yes.
I'm saying what, like you goddamn right, and it don't make no sense.
Let me ask you a question, sis.
Yes.
How do you feel about how do you feel about how far you have come since 2020 when all this shit fake jumped off?
What, the COVID?
Yes. Are you someone that, because a lot of people is mad paranoid. I know you're not paranoid because you wouldn't be on the internet. A lot of people are paranoid. Some people have vision now. They see everything. They listen. They awake now. What they say awake, or what? How do you feel the 3 years since COVID?
You are the first person on YouTube to ask me that.
I'll be interviewing. I know what questions to ask and stuff. I don't want to make you uncomfortable or nothing.
You're not making me uncomfortable at all.
You're a Capricorn. I know you're a Capricorn. I know that's nice.
I'm trying to figure out where to begin. I had a better time during the lockdown itself. When the lockdown came, y'all, I had money. I had space. Imagine being in New York. Would you say 30 million people up in this motherfucker, 300 square miles of space?
That's
Imagine
tight.
for the first time feeling like you live in Texas where there's just space and ain't nobody really around. Ain't no cars really driving, nothing. I was able to walk outside free as a fucking bird. I felt good as hell. I wasn't scared of none of that shit. I didn't get no vaccine. Okay? I didn't get not a liquid vaccine. And I'll tell y'all, I caught COVID, but I didn't catch COVID until a year and a half ago.
No, listen, sis. We're going to get out of that thought.
I got a little bit more for you. More for you. As a New Yorker, y'all need to understand something here. Because once the lockdown stopped, right? I ended up back at work, but then they had this bullshit about a vaccine mandate. And that's when my life got fucked up.
They lied. They could never mandate it because it goes against the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution,
listen,
the Nuremberg Code.
I already know that, but you think that these corporations is going to give a holy high fuck when the state tells you that, hey, even though you may have a medical and or religious exemption, they still cannot enter the building because of the type of work that you do.
Right, and that's their policy. That's not mandate. What I told my people to do is send the PDF for medical exemption. And I said, here's the thing. That what's it called again? The fucking unemployment. The not regular unemployment. What was they giving? The whatever it was, unemployment.
It was unemployment. It was a COVID unemployment type of thing.
Right. You supposed to stack that. They was giving 400, 500, 600 a week to people.
But that's what I'm saying. During the lockdown,
just for having, if you had a chat,
but then by the time we go back to work, and then I had to get out of work again and deal with that shit right there. Because even after that, it was other places that were like, "Oh no, we're not gonna hire you." Da da da. And then when they lifted the mandate, because remember, I worked in a gym, So when they
sis. It was never mandated. What happened was the Supreme Court told them get the fuck out of here with that shit.
okay, so I'm gonna change that. When they lifted the Fugazi,
The
right?
policy, right? Policy.
Yeah, when they lifted the policy and shit, me working in a gym, I'm like, okay, so can I come back to work? Oh no, that was only lifted for members, not for employees.
What? It's supposed to be protect your employees first.
Nope, no, ma'am.
All they did was it was a fear mongering campaign. It was $2, but neither here nor there. Regarding your national immunity, now I just wanted to see how you feel. A lot of people utilize that time. I was just saying that yesterday, yo. During 2020, when I moved from my husband, we moved to Philly into the house to our house, and I still have. Yo, no mask. I wasn't trying to hear none of that. I was outside way more in the winter of 2020 than I am now.
Listen,
me and my homegirl from Boston came down. We was in the club. It was packed during COVID. It was May of during height of COVID. Them clubs in Philly, niggas ain't had no mask on and none of that. I used to look at people like they was bugged out.
And you know what? I wore a mask because I was around elderly people. So, I'm going to wear a mask or whatever. But my thing about the whole mask thing was if you ain't want to wear it, you ain't got to wear it. You want to wear it, you want to wear it. But then it got to a point where motherfuckers was looking at you like you stupid because all of a sudden you ain't supposed to wear the mask no more. Nah, I like the mask, motherfucker. I got fancy ones. I got designer ones and shit. I got colorful shit. Right. I like it. You know what I'm saying? When the streets were empty during the lockdown, I was gardening. I was doing all kind of shit. I lived life. I was, like I said, I was up in Central Park running, riding bike, all kind of shit. But once that lockdown was over, and what happened after that's when I got fucked up. But during the lockdown itself, bitch was chilling. Okay, the only time I put a mask up was when I was around indoors with a whole bunch of people that I was like, I don't know where the fuck these people been, child.
The mask.
But I was on the subway chilling.
The Spanish flu in 1918, hundreds of millions of people, they say millions of people died. They didn't die from no cold. They died from the mask. The mask date all the way back to then. They running the same script, just different players, yo.
It's a fact. It's true.
And Bill Gates' grandfather was part of that narrative to get them to wear the mask. His grandfather.
Let me tell you something. One thing that bothered me about the whole, because I used to talk about the COVID shit too, even when it first came out. I think I was shadow banned for a hot minute.
It took me all the way out.
Because when the COVID first came out, I used to do videos like, fuck this COVID bullshit. This shit is the flu. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's all it is the flu. That's it. That's all it is. The common cold, right? People in their head. I'm telling you, people in their head. When you manifest something mentally, it will manifest physically. You make yourself sick, yo.
Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I caught COVID from my aunt that came from Florida, okay, 3 years after the whole motherfucking shit, I was pissed off. I said, yo, what y'all need me to do? They was like, stay home and chill. Take a home test. You be all right in a week. I was like, word. I was like, I don't need no vaccine. I wasn't going to take the bitch, but I figured I'd ask anyway. I don't need no vaccine. It was like, you got antibodies. Good, because I trust them bitches more than I trust you. I'm out. I don't even get a flu vaccine. I'm not even on that type of time. Like I said, if you are and you got to get that for whatever reason, that's on you. But for me, it was about, yo, why can't I make this choice right here? Because motherfuckers was looking at you like you was stupid out here.
Right.
You ain't getting no vaccine? No, fuck for what?
It shows you that this isn't a democracy. They paint it as democracy. They deboing your... See, regarding that vaccine and COVID-19. Damn, I don't want to go into it here, Boo P. No.
There you go. Tron got my Wi-Fi. I'm
gonna leave COVID-19. It ain't no virus. It's something else. COVID-19 is a whole world military op. That's what it is.
Here's my thing. For me, and I really haven't spoken this out loud because I be sounding crazy. But I always
No, you don't.
COVID-19 was on some bullshit like fucking 9/11.
9/11 was an inside job, child.
I ain't mad at that.
It was
Okay.
more than one thing that jumped off that day. What?
Listen, when the only plane that can fly in the sky is the plane with the Bushes and the Bin Ladens in the same motherfucker,
Listen,
I'm already on some old y'all bullshit.
them
Feel me?
planes never hit them buildings. That was a whole deep fake, a CGI, what we call a deep fake. It wasn't real. They demolished them buildings like they do casinos from the bottom to from the top to the bottom. Hold on, Shree. This the general. This MREC. Hold on,
It's
mama.
all good. Okay, and while she brought up MREC, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who know who MREC TV is. And the crazy and the thing that really made me say, let me talk to Aminah about this shit is because my real life peoples, like my real life homeboys and all of that, they don't know about the YouTube sectors that I'm in. They don't know nothing about that. I be telling them certain things about the black sector, the beef sector, the multi sector. They be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you even over there? What the hell is wrong with you? But if I mention MREC or I mention Aminah, they're like, yo, what you know about them? You know what I'm saying? They put MREC and Aminah on that Q butter type business. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, you know who Aminah is? Hell yeah, I know who Aminah is. I listen to this and da 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 da. And they was like, yo, you know her, you talk to her, and I'm like, I know of her, you know, I be seeing her in my sector here and there, whatever. They be like, yo, she know her shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, if I could get the real life motherfuckers to respect somebody like that that's online and they don't even give a fuck about online, it's somebody to listen to. Whether I agree with or not, whether you agree or not, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to listen to different perspectives. It really is. Yeah, y'all have no idea. Like I'm a New Yorker to the degree where and Aminah don't know this. She probably gonna find this out for the first time, and y'all, you know, y'all subscribers are probably gonna find out. I don't like Trump, and I don't like Trump because of the Central Park 5. Okay, I keep it real with you. I was there when the first test tries or test runs of stop and frisk was popping off in Brooklyn because they were just looking for 5 random black boys to blame for a fake rape. Or not a fake rape, but a rape that they never committed, right? And I was never happy with how Trump handled that because they were innocent. And I kind of knew it. So I never liked them for that. It's a personal bias. You understand? It really is. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Trump is not a native New Yorker too. And the way he talks and the way he acts is not New Yorker than a motherfucker. And that's why people like his ass, right? Because there's not a lot of people that talk straight out, whether they right, wrong, or indifferent. And Trump is that motherfucker. He would just say it. He don't give a holy hot fuck. And that's some real 80s New York shit. Okay? Back in the 80s in New York, ain't nobody give a fuck what politically correct who and where. Okay? You walk down the street and you'll see the Italian be like, you fucking mooly, and the black person be like, you fucking spick, and then they go hug each other at the end. All right? Because they know one another or whatever have you. Would I vote for him, Tisha H? That's a very good question. Would I vote for him? You know, it's a crazy thing because who is there to vote for? That I might as well write in my motherfucking self. I might as well write in my own name or write Mickey Mouse. You know what I mean? Like, I get why people be like, yo, I'm going to write Donald Duck right here. I'm not choosing none of these folk. You know? I'm not choosing none of them. I don't like none of them. Okay? None of them. So it's a crazy question. Right. And I feel like that sometimes, but then it's like, yo, the evil thrives when the good do nothing. So I technically do got to vote for somebody, and then it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And come on, man, I don't want to deal with no devil, man. I really don't. Yeah, I don't like none of them, but I'm going to respect what people say. Cause I'm getting a better understanding of why people like Trump and why more black people like Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing because I'm meeting more and more black people that are like, you know what, Shree, we gotta get past this Central 5 shit, girl, because 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, yo, your man's about to. So what, you like him because he's like Scarface and he got all these indictments that he's about to beat, or he might not beat, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Whatever. Some people feel like Donald Trump is like Riddick and shit. You remember the movie Pitch Black? Not Pitch Black. The next one, The Chronicles of Riddick. The fucking the air bitch. You know what I'm saying? The elemental lady. She was like, well, sometimes good could fight evil, but sometimes you need a different kind of evil to fight the evil. You understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of people is seeing Trump like that. Girl, if he evil, fuck it. I'd rather him than who the fuck ever else. I got New Yorkers telling me, at least, we don't see his type of New York no more, hun. Like, you not the president. We not seeing your type of New York no more. It's rare. Okay? And the whole of America miss that type of New York and all that shit. Right? But is this a fucking personality show, or is this who gonna get the job done show? And it's a lot of fucking jobs, yo. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree that no goddamn 75-foot wall is gonna do this and do that, but hell, you know what I'm saying? Do something. I felt like if Trump wanted to be president again, fuck it. Give me my reparations now. I'll take $250,000 in British pounds. And you can set me free. Okay? And I get the fuck out of here. And all the migrants and all these other motherfuckers could come over here and do what they do. You just give me some money to get the fuck out. That's all I want. If Trump could do that for me, I'll vote for his ass all day. Okay? He got it. He rich. The fuck? 250,000 British pounds, okay? The one country that had, one of the few countries now, because I'm not gonna say it's the only country. Big up to England, right? Because I got family out there too. So big up to y'all motherfuckers. But y'all is the only country with absolutely zero resources on your fucking soil. There are no natural resources on the soil of England, but England own all kind of shit. Okay, they running all kinds of shit. Earlier in this live, when Aminah was talking about the continents and shit, well, what's the difference between North America and Africa? Hell, I tell you, Canada is run by the Queen. Okay, America and Mexico ain't. All right. Canada is just like the Caribbean, run by the Queen. And shout out to Barbados, but they still a part of the Commonwealth team. Because the only way, I mean, they not run by the Queen no more, but they still a part of that monetary currency with the Commonwealth. Because that's the only way they fucking rate is gonna stay 2-1. What you mean? Come on now. The fuck? And V13, that's a good goddamn point, because if this shit is all bullshit anyway, and this is all foolishness, right? What does it matter if I vote for Trump or don't vote for goddamn Trump, whether I like Trump or don't like Trump? Okay? He was brought in by the White Hats to bring down the deep state. Hurry the fuck up, Trump. I ain't got all day for this shit. I ain't got all goddamn day. Okay? Tell Trump stop calling people stupid and just do what to do. Okay? Listen, it's all about respect out here. This is the one problem America don't got. America got a whole bunch of shit, but America don't know how to respect the motherfucker, okay? Right? It's not a lot of people in America that's racist, but it's a lot of prejudicial motherfuckers out here. This whole society of America is prejudicial than the motherfucker. And we can conquer prejudice real easy as long as there's respect. You know what I'm saying? Because stereotypes and prejudices and all this, you know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of that, especially in New York. I just told y'all the story of The Italian person calling the black person a moolie, and the fucking black person call the Italian whatever slur they got, and then they go hugging and hold their hands and shit later on, and they ain't gonna fight right now. The fuck? Yeah, that part. Come on now. I'm a different motherfucker. I'm a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people in my sector that be like, oh, what about the black community? What about the black community? And sometimes I be like, yo, what about humanity, bitch? Can I be a human? Is it this question here? If it's elected and not elected, then why are they bringing in the migrants and immigrants for voting? Because we don't want to vote no damn more, Raquel, or you know what I'm saying, or maybe or too many of us want to write Mickey Mouse on the fucking form, or it's a lot of us that don't even want to vote. They're like, screw this vote. What this vote gonna do? And you know what the problem is with the powers that be? As soon as we figure out that voting don't mean shit, we gonna figure out how to not do taxes either. All right, and that's the real problem because, like Aminah said, this fucking shit is about money. I tell white people all the time. I be like, look, white people I come across sometimes. I be like, yo, we can sit here and argue about race because everybody wants a race war. Race war. What the fuck is a race war gonna do? It ain't about no race. It's about money. And don't worry, when you white people don't have no money, you gonna fall to the wayside with we. All right? Yeah, they not gonna partial you just because you white. No, they're gonna be like, oh, you white and poor, you fall below this line right here, you go right with them. Okay, you go over here with them. We gonna bomb all y'all. We gonna migrant all y'all motherfuckers. How about that? You know? Leslie, I would love to agree with you. Okay, I really would. But I'm not survivalist enough yet to really put that in motion, and I would love to be. You know, that's a dream. How is it that at one point in time, the American dream was a white picket fence, a car and a dog, a two garage house, or what the fuck ever's? You know what I'm saying? You're welcome, Raquel. You know, all of this. Now, a lot of Americans are living out their car. Don't you know these young kids is living out their cars right now? Y'all watch TikTok. I be looking at TikTok sometimes, watching these kids talking about, this is how you sleep in the car. Why are these kids sleeping in the car? The fuck are you doing? My American dream right now is to learn how to be a survivalist, okay? And live in the woods and function in the fucking woods, okay? That's my American dream right now. Not to be homeless in a subway, no. But I don't even need to own the piece of land. I rent the land, B. Okay, I'll go live with the coyotes and shit, and get me a machete and a little spigot so I can put in there and get some water out the tree like Homegirl from the Hunger Games. Yeah, off the grid. That's the American dream right now. If you ever lived in New York City, the last thing you ever want here in New York City is to own a home. Okay? All right? Why do I say that? The elderly, right? I'm going back to the elderly now because it's already bad enough for people my age, people younger, whatever. But the elderly, there are programs out here in New York City that allow anyone connected to an elderly person, whether they be a family member, friend, to be a caretaker and get money from New York State to be a caretaker for that person. You need a certain type of Medicaid to do that, right? But unfortunately, if you own a home, co-op, or anything like that, they will consider that an asset and you won't be able to get Medicaid unless they put a lien on your home. And when you die, you can't pass it off to your loved ones. You have to give it to the state of New York to pay off whatever you get from Medicaid, this type of Medicaid right here, whether it be the caretaker, you know, paying somebody else to help you out or whatever the case may be. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a motherfucking bitch? How is it that the American dream was to own a home, and now because you own a home in New York City as an elderly person, you can't get the real type of help that you need, and have the state, offset your shit because you got too much assets. You technically make too much money. You ain't got no job. Your only real income coming in is Social Security, and if you're lucky, a pension. Okay, T-Breeze? Your mother might get the basic Medicaid, T-Breeze, but if she tries to get that Medicaid part C, D, E, F, and G, all right, and all that flyness, it's going to be a problem. Okay, All right. Hold on, y'all. Aminah she says she'll be back, but it's okay if she don't come back and y'all can float on. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I don't get a lot of people in this live, so I appreciate all of y'all for coming in just to even listen and discuss, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my thing is this, all this shit. I know y'all can hear me type. All right. All this shit to me is connected as fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy. All right. And then what's crazy about that is you dealing with an elderly person. They're like, yo, I want to handle my own shit. But at a certain point in time, you can't even let them handle their own shit. Yeah. It's crazy. I live in New York City. I technically got to leave this world with nothing. I came in with nothing. I got to leave with nothing to get something. It's wild, yo. It's so wild. Y'all really, don't get me wrong. It's not like people in other states don't get it, don't feel it, don't go through. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, of course, y'all got y'all shit. Of course, y'all got shit to deal with. Big up Chicago, big up wherever you from. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you watch Mayor Adams bitch and moan. That don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about Mayor Adams bitching and moaning and all this shit. I care about the people, them. You know what I'm saying? That's bitching and moaning and why they bitching and moaning. You understand? Because this shit ain't all cracked up what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, this was the big apple, but this apple rotten as fuck, yo. We need a new apple to shine and all kind of shit. You understand? And if this is the international hub, this, that, and the third, we can't be looking like we still in this 1975 beat. We got to move up. But even when we move up with the subway, with the this, with the that, yo, child, why am I paying almost $3 for a subway ride? Why? All right. It's like, and when Aminah was talking about, Andrew Cuomo, COVID-19 and the elderly, I really had people look me in my face talking about, well, the elderly, they're old. So what do you expect? Are you stupid? You will get elderly at some point, Yeah. It's a fact. If you go live in certain type of senior living places, yeah, they got a person that'll oversee your shit to make sure they get paid. They don't give a fuck about you. They're not trying to look out for you and be like, okay, you might have dementia or Alzheimer's or some kind of shit like this. So, let me just make sure you all right. Nah, they don't give a fuck about that. They'll let that lady live wherever, eat dog food up in their crib all fucking day because she can't afford nothing else and she ain't got no money. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's that shit. But, people still got to enjoy life. They still got to, and I try to do that. You know what I'm saying? I really do try to do that. And I see through the fuckery, man. And sometimes you just got to say something about it. You got to vent that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because even though, as you get older, I'm not 35, y'all. I'm 48. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 48. I'm looking at shit different. I'm not just looking at, you know, this and that. I'm looking at other shit. I'm looking at the fucking Social Security. I'm looking at this, that, and the third. The fucking subway. Ciao. Oh no, they care again. They care again, T Breeze. They care again because they want to make money. Okay, they got the cop robots out and all this extra shit out here. I ain't see their ass yet. Right? The cops ain't stopping all the stabbings and the random beatings and all this extra shit that's going on here. I wanted to do a live a long time ago. I think I did it actually, but I did it on my own where it was like, yo, is New York City today really different from the 80s? Because the 80s out here was wild, right? When I was a kid, I had to worry about getting on the subway and all that because motherfuckers used to get stabbed over Twix and Kit Kat and all kind of stupid shit. Homeless people was acting up. And plus, we had gangs out here. We had DCEP. We had this and that. I'm from Flatbush. The fucking West Indian people, the fucking immigrants and migrants coming out here busting shots at every fucking body acting wild, right? But somehow I knew how to maneuver through all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Still bobbed and weaved through all that shit. And my father put me on a long time ago. He was like, yo, you know why all these homeless acting crazy? Because like Aminah said when she first came on here, they were homeless. They were veterans. Most of them were Vietnam vets. And they had to get on drugs because they, you know, they dealt with all that DDT and all them things that, and they come back here and they ain't got no, you know, the VA ain't working for them like they should. And, you know, they end up on the street, all that shit. So what is it now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I not only I got to deal with the migrant crowd, I got to deal with this fentanyl shit. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? This shit is wild, yo. You got to deal with little babies catching on some fentanyl because people don't know how to fucking separate drugs from children. What the fuck is this? When the fuck did we lose common sense? Like, what gone? You know what I'm saying? It's different somehow, some way. I'm just not, and it feels like the same ass shit, but maybe because I'm older, it don't read the same. I'm looking at it different. Hell yeah, we survived that crazy shit. Technically, I'd rather go back because the money was better, T Breeze. What? Because back in the 80s and 90s, well, not in the 90s, but I'm sure in the early 80s and the late 70s, this money here was still actually backed by gold and silver and copper and shit. Because I'm going to put y'all on to something before I get the fuck out of here. And I'm sure Aminah done told y'all this motherfucking shit before. But as a New Yorker, I knew when 9/11 popped, they took a whole bunch of gold. The gold bullion, like you see this Senator Menendez with and all that. The gold bullion, the silver, the shit that actually backed the fucking money. Because we got a Federal Reserve out here, y'all. They took that motherfucking shit. Firefighters was stealing it. Police still all kind of motherfuckers taking that money. You think they ain't gonna get that motherfucking money? If the money wasn't worth motherfucking nothing back then in the 90s, I guarantee you once 9/11 hit, it sure wasn't worth nothing then. They took the bitch. Whatever little bit was left. Bye. Because under the guise of maybe motherfuckers will steal it. You go downtown to Lower Manhattan, where the Trade Center used to be. Way back in, even from back in the days, you'll see guys walking around with AK-47 because the Federal Reserve over there. Okay? If you don't think this shit was an inside job, what y'all deal with? And prayers to all the people who passed from 9/11, yo. Past, present, and future, because people Them firefighter, them still catch death from 9/11 breathing asbestos and all kind of fucking shit. Okay? And yo, Leslie, we really dealing with this fentanyl foolishness to Bombaclete. And I remember, listen, I was there when crack come here, you know. I was 10 years old when crack come here. I see my first crack vial at 10 years old with the crack in it. And we didn't even want to touch that thing because the way we knew, if you even touch the crack, you put the crack up on your mouth, you're dead. Don't that sound like the fentanyl? What happened with crack now? What crack the boat? Who care about crack now? Is any real crack? Is it what? T-Breeze. You know, before I get out of here, I might have told this story before, but I'm going to tell it the fuck again. Right? Here's my thing. I don't care if it's 9/11, COVID-19, whatever made up fuckery them about real people dead. Real people dead, you know. I had a co-worker because where I used to work in Manhattan at the time. And that was like the first day where I changed my shift. I had to work at night instead of the day. That's why I wasn't out there. Yeah, Tisha. That's why I didn't go out there when the shit happened. I woke up and looked at Good Day New York like that shit was a movie because that's the first thing you saw. Right? But my co-worker that lived in my neighborhood, he had to take the express bus to our job in Manhattan. And when you take the express bus from Brooklyn to any part of Manhattan, you gotta pass the West Side Highway. You gotta pass the World Trade Center. You go behind the World Trade Center in the back. All right? And a lot of people, even in New York, don't know that the lower tip of Manhattan is man-made like a motherfucker, okay? It's man-made. That's not natural land, all right? The World Trade Center was sitting on not natural land. South Street Seaport on the other side, half of that was natural land and half of that was man-made. Battery Park, man-made. That's not natural land, okay? So the problem was when the towers hit, they were worried about how the towers will fall because if the towers didn't fall the way it was supposed to fall, that man-made part of Manhattan would break the fuck off. Okay? So because of that, there was traffic. And my co-workers' express bus had to be stuck right there. And you look up and you see the Twin Towers. Okay? My co-worker, at first they didn't let them get out of the bus because they were like, you know, don't move. You don't know what's going to happen. La, 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 this, that, and the third, right? But then my co-worker said all of a sudden I started hearing boof, boof. He looked out and he saw like little fireballs and shit. And then the fire would go out, but whatever was the fire used to be was still coming down. And it would hit the cars and it would hit the ground. Do you realize that the little fireballs and the sound that he was hearing was people jumping from the fucking tower? Because they didn't think they would survive. Them people high up there on the highest floor, them, or them people right below where the plane hit. They was sitting there, we don't know what the fuck to do. We gonna jump, we gonna die. Either way, we gonna jump. And he had to sit, stand, look at these motherfuckers, listen to these motherfuckers drop. Drop, yo. It's 100 and somebody feet. No, not 100 somebody feet. 100 and somebody floors in the World Trade Center. Y'all never seen the picture of the World Trade Center? I've been to the top of the World Trade Center one time. It was beautiful, but I got a hard time with falling. Okay? Leslie, that's a whole other thing that we could talk about, my friend. That's a whole other story. And I'm not disagreeing with you. That's a whole other story. But people jump in real life. And that man had to see it, yo. That man had to do 1 year therapy to figure out that he got to get the fuck out of New York. He's chilling in California. He'd rather deal with earthquake. Okay? Real people are dead. And let me tell y'all something. If you was watching TV that day, you saw them motherfuckers fly out. You saw them human beings jump out. You probably thought it was birds or some shit. You probably thought it was little fireballs, or little puffs of smoke. No, them is people. And they were showing it on TV. They didn't realize it was fucking people jumping out the bomber clot. And then some people died because they kept the people in there and they didn't tell the people come out. Oh no, you must stay. You must stay. Oh hell no, I'm not staying nowhere. Yeah, Tisha, they showed people jumping on the news, but they never showed it after the initial day. Because they showed it on the news, but you could tell they didn't realize exactly what it was at the moment. You understand? Yo, I had peoples working in Times Square, son, that day. I'm calling my peoples working in Times Square. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here, because didn't this movie, what a movie name with the fucking asteroid and come fuck up Times Square? Whatever going on down there, they gonna fuck y'all up. My homegirl's on the phone, me talking about, girl, what's up, you know? What the fuck? The bitch saw the second plane pass her by. Okay? Not only did she see the second plane pass her by, she saw the fucking stealth bombers that came soon after. What you mean? She saw them. I heard them while I was on the phone with her. When them fake thing are real, people dead. A real human dead. Real souls is dead. Yeah, I cried too. What you mean? Child. It's definitely fuck up. And after what they did that day, everything fuck up. Everything fuck up. Everything fuck. Your money fuck up. All kind of thing fuck up. Y'all can't tell me. Y'all can sit there and tell me, yo, 9/11 was fake. No, it wasn't fake. It was an inside job. It was a planned thing. Whatever reason they did it for. But it wasn't. It's not fake when you see people dying, when you see the people dead. It's not fake when 10, 20 years later you see certain people catch a certain type of cancer that they should never get, but they was exposed to 9/11 fuckery. When you see them people deteriorate, you know, a real thing, that real. That's real. That is real. And that's what troubled me. I don't like the pawn business. I'm a Rasta for a reason. I don't like the pawn business. Even if I don't have my locks no more, right? I could be a clean heart Rasta with no locks up on my head. I don't like the shit stem, the fuck rib shite them. I don't like the pawn thing. And when you just deal with real life pawnery, it's people dead for real. Not this fake fuckery shit where I deal with in your sector over here, in your sector over there. This one calling CPS, and I like Aminah say. It's real people dead in. Real people them fuck up, right? Including you. Your life not easy, right? Your life not easy. And you sit there and wonder why black people don't get along. Why this? Why that? Why that? Why that? Why that? What happened with you? What happened to you? Why you don't like the black people here? Why you don't like them people there? Why you? When we gonna switch it to humanity? Because you can only enjoy this life when you appreciate your humanity. When you appreciate being a human being, like Aminah say, the life is good. You can only do that when you appreciate being a human being, when you know what that is. You know what that feel like? Or you just want to feel black all day. Or you just want to feel like this all day. I am a woman all day, every day. You understand me? I am a woman all day, every day. But one day I would love to feel like a human being so I can experience some equanimity. I'm in a deal with equality. I may want equanimity. Eliminate all the barriers that cause all the fuckery, the shits them, all the foolishness. And it takes human to figure that. Not just black, not just white, not just Chinese. If we have to get the Martian them to come help with. No, fuck them. Humanity. And yes, V13, we could enjoy whatever the free will is that we have as human. Because, you know, black people, we don't really understand what free will look like, you know. We can't enjoy it 100% because we don't know. So we are crux, right? So now we're crippled. I'm not real human no more. I'm a cripple. Me a mutant or some kind of fuckery thing. I'm an alien or whatever them they. Man, I gonna get out of here. Because I ain't fucking Mama Montego. And I want all of y'all to just be good, walk good, roll good, sleep good, eat good, shit good, fuck good. Good enough for today. Where you can come out and just be like, fuck it, yo. It's a good day. Thank y'all for coming, joining me, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now get your ass out of here. I will holler, peace.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.